All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the Extreme Hills Tournament in Wednesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Hole number 7. I'm on a par 3 here, and this par 3 is Greenberg Slopes. Hole number 5. All right, this is the one par 3 that I'm really not playing any different. The middle par 3, I'm actually doing a rough bump, and I didn't do the rough bump the last tournament. And the first one, I'm actually doing the bounce over, and I was backspinning it. But this one right here, I'm not playing any different than I did before. I'm not going to use I just can't get this to work for me, the rough bump here to work for me, and I'm sure it works. And I'm sure there's people out there just killing it on that rough bump, but it's not working for me. And I don't like hitting like on these types of faces. I don't like hitting on faces because this is not accurately represented in this 2D picture. This hill looks like this. And so if you're aiming for this spot, and let's say this is that spot, and you catch a great to the left, you're hitting down further on the hill and it'll take a bounce to the left. If you hit it up further up on the slope, you're going to take a bounce to the right. And you can end up with a very inconsistent look down here. And if you hit a 2-ring grade on either side, especially on the right, you could end up in some trouble. And I know that if you hit it perfect, which is all of our goals, you can line this up and you can get it to go up there. But the opportunity for massive error on hitting on a hillside like this, where you're trying to get the ball to go to the left, is I just don't. And I'm putting this sand into play. I'm really taking a big risk that if I catch a great to the right, I could put this sand or this rough into play. And what I want to do is just go for the hole, make sure I get my birdie, give myself an opportunity for hole in one, and move the hell along. And so I'm going to start over here where it's flat, and I'm going to try and just bring it to the cup. That's the goal. That's the goal. So I'm not really giving up this hole. I'm just, and I still have a shot at hole in one. It's just, it may not be the highest percentage shot at hole in one, but it is a shot. And I'm going to bring a Grizzly and a Kingmaker. You could probably do this with a Katana. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to see where my red line is. I might be able to do this with a Katana, and if I can, I'll switch. So if I don't have to waste a Kingmaker, I'm not about wasting Kingmakers. Okay, so here's what I'm doing on this hole. I'm not in max club. I'm doing 1 per ring. And I know that this number is going to be wrong. This is a hole that I'm still working on. So I'm going to do a max ring adjustment, which is 1 per ring, even though I'm not in max club. And my goal is to try and hit a perfect so that I can start working on elevation, because I'm not going to do a mid club and then add on wind or take off wind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just use 1 per ring. And then if I have to, I'll make adjustments from there. So the wind is moving from the left to the right. So I'm going to draw an arrow here. It's moving due left, not quite due left to right. It's moving more kind of like in this range, left to right. And the goal here is to try and hit it perfect so I can see which side of the cup it's pushing me off on. Did I under pull and I'm on the right hand side, or did I over pull and I'm on the left hand side? And I'm still working on this hole, so I still haven't figured out how I want to play this hole as far as like where I want it down there. I have an idea, but I'm not fully committed to anything yet. So I'm kind of just playing it intuitively. I'm playing it like I was playing in one-on-one, and I'm just in a shootout and I don't have a plan, which is not uncommon. I'm gonna do max backspin. Let's get right up on that hole. Okay, I'm not gonna do max backspin. I don't like the way that it's tailing off there. It's 3.2. I'm going to just do a full ring adjustment. So 3.2 rings. And then it's super important I try and hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. Now, if I'm on the left-hand side, I overpulled it. If I'm on the right-hand side, I underpulled it. So I underpulled it. So I'm going to have to do a wind adjustment. So I'm going to do plus 10%. And the deal is I'm not going to worry about where I'm at in my club. I like the fact that I have a 100% accurate grizzly, and I'm going to use it at 1 per ring, and then I'm just going to add on wind or take off wind, whatever the case may be, until I can get it dialed up to the cup for that particular shot. Because it's super easy to do the math. If you're doing 1 per ring and you're going, okay, hey, it's a 2 mile an hour wind, I'm going to add on 10%, that's 2.2, and I'm doing a 1 per ring, it's 2.2 rings. I don't have to do another. It's not that it's too hard to do another division, but I'm just going to stick with the 1 per ring and work from there. There was a hole in a tournament here 4 or 5 tournaments ago that I just decided that I was going to hit, like, in the angle that I was coming in at the hole was not that much different than what I was hitting in the past, but I was purposely trying to change my angle to the hole. And I started off the week and I was like, I don't care where I'm at in my club, I'm going to do 1 per ring. And everybody else was like adding on like 25%. They were doing mid club with 25%, and they were doing all this stuff. And I was doing 1 per ring, and I was taking off 15%. And I hit 3 albies that week. And so the deal is I was trying to dial it in for my club from where I was at with the number that I wanted to use. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. All right. That was hole number 7 of the Extreme Hills Tournament and Wednesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.